Hey guys, and welcome back to Mega Man 3. We may have taken down the Robot Masters, but a new set of challenges now await us. So we're going to revisit Needleman's stage and take on the first of 4 Doc robots. Let's do this.
Who does he look like? We don't know.
Question mark man, my favourite Robot Master.
Turns out it's the Riddler at the end of the stage. Oh, well, that actually mixes things up.
Oh, I want Riddler to be in a Batman movie. You know, a non-shit Batman movie, please. Is that too much to ask for?
No, I think this is one of the few, if only, Mega Man games to actually make you revisit levels. Like, otherwise in the other games, you can revisit levels to get, like, more items, more power-ups, things like that. But I think it's only this game where you actually have to go back and clear all this out before you can move on with the, standard castle at the end.
And this goes to show, I'm not sure how true this is, I get all my information off Johnny and other people on Twitter, so blame them if this is wrong. But apparently the game was sort of rushed towards the end, so there'll be a massive, difficulty spike here with the Doc Robot, and then Wily's Castle, spoilers again, Wily's Castle, isn't that much of a problem, so I don't know who to believe, really.
Well, we can believe that Capcom has had a tendency to rush Mega Man stuff from the very beginning to shit it out as fast as possible.
Well, they saw, the runaway success of Mega Man 2, and I don't blame them for trying to capitalise on that. But this is a very clear case of padding, because not only do you have to revisit stages and beat, the Doc robots, one of which we'll be seeing in a moment, and I'll explain that deal there, but you also have to, as tradition dictates, take down this game's Robot Masters as well, so it's just a whole load of padding.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he's fusing with Airman.
Yep, the Doc robots utilise the powers of the Robot Masters from Mega Man 2. We may not have the powers from Mega Man 2, but don't worry, these Doc robots have their appropriate MM-free weaknesses.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea, despite the padding, how, taking on Mega Man 2 Robot Master powers, essentially, with Mega Man 3 weapons is a neat twist.
Despite his name, he's not, named after Dr. Wily or anything. That's not what Doc Robot stands for. Apparently, Doc, the Doc part of his name means skull or something. I'm looking up the trivia here. Let me see. His Japanese name, Doku Roboto, is actually the combination of 2 words. Dokuro, which means skull, and Roboto, which means robot. Thank you, Mega Man Wiki. You are always a great help.
Well, I know what Roboto was, because I'm a fan of sticks. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
There you go. I'll be utilising a lot of E-Tanks, in this half of the playthrough, which is all well and good, because at this point they start to just basically spit them at you, which just goes to show that, yes, the game may have been rushed towards the end.
I think it's weird, though, that you go through part of a stage, you fight Doko Roboto, and then you just have to go through the rest of the stage anyway. That just feels anticlimactic, don't you think?
What, you, a long stage and then you fight, 2 Robot Masters, one after the other?
Well, no. What I would mean is just you fight the Doc Robot and then you immediately beam out because you otherwise have no business there.
Or you could do it one half of the fight is Airman and the other half is the other Robot Master power we'll be seeing.
Something like that, yeah. That would actually be kind of neat. He changes modes midway through the match, and it really kind of throws you off, so it forces you to improvise. That would actually have been pretty cool.
Doc Robot is fucking, well, not terrifying, maybe that's overselling it a bit, but intimidating as hell in the Archie adaptation.
Fixing to say, I was wondering if they had gotten to bringing him up in the Archie adaptation yet.
I think the MM3... Sorry, I'm used to abbreviating everything when it comes to comms. I think the Mega Man 3 adaptation is nearing its conclusion at the time of this recording.
Because I know there was some recent business, I think, with Breakman, near the end of that. So, again, I haven't been following it. This is all stuff I have heard happenstance. I really should, like I said, but
That's work, and as we all know, Hell Dragon hates work.
Well, I only do the work I don't want to do.
Oh my god, it's a giant metal!
Without any shoes, which must be awkward, I guess. Does he get, disability money for that?
He has jet thrusters. I don't think he needs additional money.
That's true. That would actually make him super ability. So does he get super ability money for that, or...?
No, we'll just send him, workers' comp or something. It's fine.
Fair enough. Just give him unemployment. Oh, hey, that's cool! I like a little, helicopter met tools.
This is, where I start to, barrel through the stage, because I've done so many takes at this point. I'd cease to give a shit, really.
Yeah, I just imagine you going, fuck it, I'm done. Yeah, make this guy twice. This is the guy who will get Mega Man in the end.
Just gotta aim for the red cross on his hat. Not too hard, especially with, Shadow Blade's goodness here.
Looks like he's shooting dodgeballs at you, though, with that other attack.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
No, well, whatever.
Fucking Sand Slash giving it all this.
Poor Sand Slash. Like, he's not nearly as popular as he should be, I think.
You like the weirdest Pokemon. Has anyone ever told you that?
Yeah, well, I'd like, Nidoking, and Nidoking's fairly popular, I would think.
I suppose. Alright, Crashman 2, the crashening, I guess.
I give up my hands in exchange for power. So he also absorbed their abilities to get killed like total bitches.
Why didn't you improve on these guys?
He's like, shit, I knew I forgot something.
Alright, let's move on to the next stage.
He does really kind of look menacing in these little portraits here. Okay, you don't need the question mark. We know what he looks like. Come on.
Do you know who Doc Robot is? We don't.
It's like playing Guess Who. Is your robot creepy and spindly? Yes, we'll just knock down Airman over here.
Yeah, have you seen that joke? Is your person black and basically ticks off everyone?
I've seen a version of that where it's Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction, and he says, does he look like a bitch?
Classic, pure meme right there, exquisite.
Well, that's a funny line, I like it.
Gemini Man stage, about as impressive as it was the first time. At least you get the feeling you're, not on Earth at this point.
That's true, because some of the other stages, again, they wanted to change it up from being futuristic cities, but they just feel like future Earth anyway, so...
Well, Mega Man itself takes place in, the year 2000XX or whatever, so they haven't really confined themselves to a certain time period. It could take place whenever.
It's so into the future that they had to get rid of the last 2 digits of the year because they didn't have any numbers for it anymore. That's how far future this thing is.
Like, the last 2 digits of this 4-digit calendar is so 21st century, we're just gonna get rid of them.
Yeah, they definitely have changed up the levels from the last time we visited here, because I was asking this myself when you were jumping over those pits back there. I'm like, did they change this up? But it turns out they did, yeah.
You ask yourself a lot of questions, and also answer a lot of the questions you pose to yourself. You realise the point of having a co-commentator is that you can bounce ideas off me.
Well, yes, but I much prefer to have an intellectual conversation.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Well, I walked right into that one.
You know what I was quoting there, right?
Nope.
I was quoting Megatron from Beast Wars, because Black Arachnia is like, why do you talk to yourself so much?
I want a decent conversation, you spindly bint.
And yeah, I kind of talk to myself a bunch in real life, so I always call it myself, whenever I'm just making fun of stuff on my own, the one-man show, one-man audience. That's kind of what I tend to do.
Makes sense why you'd want to go into the comm business, I guess.
I love how when you slide, though, you just shoot forward on your own little slide awesomeness. Theoretically, friction should have stopped you, but you just kind of slide on forward till the end anyway.
Oh god, Flashman's power. Yes, he will utilise it to stop time, and yes, it is a lot harder to jump over this guy because he's so much taller than Flashman.
It looks like he shoots straight, though, instead of the scatter shot. Oh, no, scatter shot, never mind.
Yep, you're working on American time. That's behind right now. Right, round 1 complete. Moving on.
So, we clearly blew up Doc Robot, but then he shows up later. Are there, 8 Doc Robots going around?
There are many of us. Fear us.
Wily should make, one Robot Master who's able to have, 24 powers at a time. Kind of like Mega Man when you think about it.
It should be like Cartman in that one episode of South Park. Good Times for Weapons or whatever it's called. I have the power to have all the Robot Master powers. You know Wily should do that. I don't know why he hasn't done it.
Actually, you know what? Yes, he has. Later on in Mega Man 7, he made Bass. Remember? Bass is basically Mega Man's antithesis, if you will.
Uh-huh. Breaking out the big words there. You confused me for a second.
I love how the Rush Machine is too fat to go underneath this. And of course, when they drop their heads to attack Mega Man, these platform things are completely useless.
Bit of an embarrassing moment for me there. You don't have to use the rush coil to jump up because water physics in the Mega Man universe are completely fucked and actually make you jump higher than usual.
Yeah, I would imagine, when we get to this point in the future, all the rules just rewrite themselves. Like, we'll have future cities on the moon, water makes you jump higher, candy is actually good for you, so all of the candy stores now have, like, working spas and exercise equipment.
Sweet ass, mate, sweet ass. This is some Donkey Kong ass shit right here.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that kind of feel from this part.
You know, I just noticed, in Needleman's stage, there wasn't any instant kill needles. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, that's weird. You'd think there would be a ton of those.
No, I'm stereotyped enough as is, thank you very much.
Now, of course, here comes Bubbleman to remind us that he, in fact, exists.
Apparently, if you get on the rush jet here, he can't move at all.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I think I just mostly went with the Shadow Blade thing here.
I like how this version actually has a normal gun on top of the bubble lead he's shooting. Because I don't believe he did that in Mega Man 2. I know he didn't do it in Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy. He just shot the bubble lead and just kind of floated over your way.
Maybe we should have done the Game Boy Mega Mans, because you seem to be a lot more knowledgeable about them.
I only know about the second one, really, off the top of my head.
Well, shoot, there goes that idea for a playthrough series.
Who we facing now? I don't know,
Bok Robot? Doc? No, shit, that's the same one. Eok Robot?
Yeah, I think I gotta see Doc Robot's, accreditations here. Like, what school did he study at?
I skipped past Cock Robot because I didn't want to be that guy and just wound up right on Doc again.
Just kinda, yeah, like all your names were working in like a circle around the wheel. Skip this one, go to the next one on the dial.
Ah yes, the slide under the sky, you idiot robot, a classic.
I like how he can only see when he jumps, so making every jump a leap of faith.
Reminds me of a thread on NeoGAF, which is like, you can have any superpower you want, but the stipulation is, your eyes have to be closed while you use it, and people are like, oh, I would like the power to see through my eyelids. It's like, okay, well, have fun sleeping, I guess.
Oh, wow. Well, no, actually, after a while, even if your eyes are open, you can still kind of naturally fall asleep. It's not really that bad.
Grenades don't really strike me as a ninja kind of thing. Smoke bombs, maybe, but not straight up like American Army-style grenades.
Yeah, that's true. That's more of a grenade man thing, but we won't be seeing him for quite a while.
Is that Mega Man 10?
No, Grenade Man is Mega Man 8, I believe. He's like, Hail Mary!
Oh, Lord in heaven, Jesus Christ.
Hey, can we borrow your leaf power? Because Airman, we've been having some hard times with him.
I honestly find this fight a lot harder than Woodman in Mega Man 2, mostly because he does not telegraph when he sends out this leaf shield.
Oh, that's true, yeah, actually, that's a good point. You would think this would start a tradition, though, with, like, Doc Robot showing up in every game to recycle the stuff from the previous game, so, Capcom can at least use that without having to do a lot of work.
Oh, I'm shivering over here, I'm shuddering. Don't give them ideas, like, retroactively.
Here's an idea. Don't go mobile. You're not gonna like it.
Yeah, give that one to Sega as well, if you could, please.
Man, a lot of companies seem to be doing that now. It's kind of a fucking shame, isn't it?
It's almost like the games industry is overextending itself.
And it's shit in a ton of places. I totally believe it. It's not a rumor, guys. Anyway, Bolo Joe over here.
Oh, Bolo Joe.
Or Flail Joe, or... There's, like, so few weapons that do this. Like, Bolos, Flails, Meteor Hammers. Does Meteor Hammers count? I guess they do, but that's kind of hard to say. Meteor Hammer Joe.
Magnet Missile works an absolute treat in this section, because these parachute guys are going to be coming down. You got the Leapy Frogs, so it's just best to send out a homing weapon to deal with these guys.
Yeah, the Heat Seek, I thought you had to actually guide them, like some other weapons.
Why are there spikes on the ceiling? I'm not really planning on jumping that high, and the platforming isn't so intense that I need to utilize the rush jet, so what's going on?
Yeah, I think the fun part of going through these stages is kind of identifying where they had planned gimmicks, but then they got rid of them. Like the spikes in the ceiling, that sounds like the water stage, you were doing last time. Does he turn into a Zippo missile? No, he doesn't.
Yes,
oh no,
does.
he turns into a Zippo missile.
Once again, you speak too soon, my friend.
Well, Zippo missile isn't a bad power-up.
You can just utilize the same pattern that you did in Mega Man 2, and easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Hey, you're even using the Shadow Blade for this one, too. I mean, it might not be as OP as Metal Blade, but it certainly has its uses.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think we've only got one more Doc Robot stage to go, and thank God, because I'm running out of stuff to say.
The password scheme looks like a really bad game of a battleship, now that I think about it.
You sunk my dock robot.
Well, we're about to sink him to 4 times.
Who sunk my dock robot? Was it you? We'll find out eventually.
This guy right here, just...
The advanced infantry, I love it.
Yeah, the cunning robot designs of Dr. Wily, ladies and gentlemen.
Notice the level change right at the beginning? There's no ladder, so you've got to use rush coil. Genius, Capcom, genius!
Clever girl. Now we're on floor 1F, where I assume textiles exist.
These little gear things you can just jump on, and they'll basically like roll you onto them, making for some pretty efficient platforming.
I do like how some of these robots, when they come in, they give the screen slowdown, making it easier for you to complete your mission. Good job, Dr. Wily.
Well, that's not one of Dr. Wily's deadly speed traps, that's just a quirk of the game, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to appreciate over time where Mega Man does kind of work more and more at pushing the NES to its limits.
Oh, no, not gonna do it. No, get away from me!
He just wants a hug in your face.
That thing's gonna catch up to me in the credits. It's gonna be like, developed by Capcom.
I like how they saved Metal Man for last, even though he should have been the first to have the biggest chance of winning.
Apparently if you don't move towards him, he won't move towards you, so I don't know what's going on here.
I guess we'll all just sit back and throw things at each other, you know, just metal blades, we can throw, like, tools at each other, you know.
Boom. Just as easy as he was in the last game.
I guess fist beat, like what was it, rock, paper, scissors, like rock beats metal, I suppose, scissors in this case?
Swing and a miss, mate, swing and a miss.
I miss all the time. I'm pretty sure they copied that corridor from another Mega Man game back there.
Mate, they copied it from, you know, the first version of Sparkman stage. They just added spikes onto it. And did that thing disappear?
I think it did, yeah.
I'm not gonna complain, moving on.
It's like the spookiest villains you've ever had to face up until this point.
Now you can see the cogs whirring in my mind. How am I gonna jump past this without taking damage? I couldn't, so I just decided to say fuck it and move on.
Like, how do I pass without damage? I got it, I'll take damage!
Brilliant.
That's an expert strategy, like, I want to see that in a strategy guide. You know, I kind of wish when you were recording these, like, you actually sought out, like, a big-ass, shitty 80s, 90s strategy guide for solving these games. Like, I love those fucking things, man.
Yeah, I know, you were talking about, like, them putting one out for ukulele.
Oh, man, if they did that, like, as a Kickstarter bonus or whatever, oh, that would be amazing.
I'm getting the feeling that you enjoyed the 90s quite a bit.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is nostalgia, I admit, but I do love those big-ass fucking, you know, strategy guides full of useful information, all these neat pictures and stuff.
Alright, let's deal with Quickman, even though I don't really want to.
He jumps pretty good for a guy who doesn't move his legs when shooting forward.
Yeah, he has a pretty weird jumping animation. I don't really know how to describe it without being offensive.
Ironically enough, you know, Quickman is the one that gives you the most slowdown.
Don't know why Quickman is weak to snakes. Let's just go with it so we can get out of the stage.
Yeah, I think the less you question it, the better.
Alright, we're done with all the Dock robots. I guess the only thing left to do now is take on Breakman. Proto Man has taken his true form, or at least his true form in Wily's eyes. Pretty much the same as the other fights, you just gotta go back and forth. The slide helps immensely here. And honestly, with this little, like, plateau in the middle, like this little stage, if you will, it's a lot easier than, I think, the one in Hardman stage.
There are actually sprites in the game that show Proto Man transforming into Breakman, like, you know, the, visor Shinson and things like that, but for some reason they never use it.
He's almost done. This fighting too hard.
Just fucking quits.
Don't laugh, Hell Dragon, it was a simpler time.
Yeah, you know, I shouldn't be bad. Oh, IBN. Huh.
Yeah, Wily took off with the energy elements. You know, I don't want to say I told you so, but maybe you shouldn't have trusted the mega maniacal scientist guy who's fucked you over a couple of times in the past.
Yeah, pretty much, so this is your fault, dude.
Yeah. They spell his name with an E in this game. I don't know why, just a quirk, I guess. See you next time.